Constantly telling them all the issues in your relationship and what they're doing wrong is only going to push your avoidant partner away. Hello y'all, my name is Jeanette. Welcome back to another video dedicated to help you break out of the cycle of toxic behaviors and relationships in your personal and romantic area of your life. If you like anything personal development or healthy relationships, make sure you hit subscribe and join the tribe. I'm trying to reach a goal of 10k subscribers by the end of July. I know it's a bit far-fetched, but if you know me, I always shoot high. So please hit the subscribe button. It would help so much, or leave a comment down below and what videos that you'd like to see more of. But let's get straight into the video. So you probably clicked this video because you are struggling to create a healthy relationship with your avoidant partner. Maybe you want more closeness, maybe you want a healthy relationship, but everything you're doing seems to be pushing the other person away. There's a reason for this, because the way that avoidant partners operate in a relationship is different than how an anxious attachment would show up. Both can have similar wounds, but the way that they cope to feel safe is different. Which is why I'm going to share with you 5 common mistakes that I see so many anxious attachment styles make to try to fix their relationship with their dismissive avoidant partner. Number 1, let's talk about constantly trying to be their mother. You're trying to mommy them, you're trying to baby them, you're teaching them things, you're telling them what to do, and all of that is very maternal energy. You do not tell another grown adult what to do all the time to please you. You tell your children what to do because they don't know any better yet. A child's prefrontal cortex hasn't fully developed yet, which is why we try to guide them in the right direction. But with a fully grown adult, it is not our responsibility to teach them everything and tell them what to do with their lives. In fact, the more we try to tell our partner what to do, what they're doing wrong, and how to fix it, the more they're going to feel like everything that they're doing is not enough. Dismissive avoidant isn't going to take that and think, wow, they're so helpful, they're telling me what to do, they must love me so much. Rather, they're most likely going to see that as, wow, they don't trust me to make my own decisions. They're trying to control me, which is why they're constantly telling me what to do. I feel trapped, I feel stuck, I don't want to listen to them. Now, this isn't to say that we can't give constructive criticism to our partners and we can't get feedback, but what I'm saying is that there has to be a balance. And instead of trying to teach them and tell them what to do, we can inspire them. Teaching someone versus inspiring someone holds 2 different energies. When you're teaching someone, you are telling them what to do, but they don't feel as if they are given the choice to do it themselves. When they're inspired, you model things to them. You show them what healthy communication looks like by following it yourself. And from that, they can have their own choice to communicate appropriately back. So instead of constantly telling someone, you should do this, you can wash the dishes, you should fold the laundry, show them. Show them with your boundaries, because your actions can sometimes speak louder than words. You don't need to communicate 10,000 times, maybe once or twice, even a reminder, but with your actions, that should be enough for them to understand what your standards are. Number 2, you are so focused on their life and regulating their emotions instead of your own. Now, I've seen so many of my anxious attachment styles make this mistake of making their partner their whole world, where they invest all of their energy, all of their time, all of their effort into their partner when none of that is going to them. In a really specific example, it's like telling your partner, you don't have this, you should focus on the gym, you should do the dishes, you should communicate more, but we ourselves aren't communicating to ourselves, we're not listening. Every time we're feeling upset, we're shoving it in the closet thinking it's fine. We don't go to the gym, we don't take care of ourselves, we lost track of what hobbies we even have. And all of that energy that has been so focused onto someone else can be brought back to us. Because instead of trying to control someone else's life, there is so much more fulfillment in controlling your own. In controlling the way that you carry yourself and controlling the way that you respond to their actions. And the more we realize that there is so much more clarity and freedom in focusing that energy on ourselves and then being able to pour out from a place of abundance, the freer we will feel in our relationships. And free from stress, that is. So every time we're in the middle of an argument and we're getting so focused on trying to make them feel better or fix the solution, think about how we can regulate our own emotions. Take some time to yourself to journal, to go for a walk. Let them know, hey, actually I need time to process right now because I noticed that I'm feeling very overwhelmed and I don't know how to process this healthily. There is a lot of integrity in taking responsibility for our own emotions. Number 3, you think that the more chill you are and the less boundaries you have, the easier it will be for your relationship. This one's particularly for my fearful avoidants that have tried to communicate clearly, fix them, do all the things that I mentioned before, and realize that it doesn't work. So I'm just gonna do the extreme opposite here and pretend that everything is fine, not bring things up even though I'm upset about it because I don't want to make a big deal and maybe it's not that serious. But the problem with both of these mindsets is that they're both extreme, and we can't find equilibrium and balance in a relationship if we are trying to force ourselves in one direction than the other. Finding a balance means that understanding it's important to share our truth and speak up when we feel upset without personalizing what they're saying. So it's not about convincing them that you're right, that you're wrong and I'm right, but it's finding a balance and understanding what each other values, what each other is feeling hurt by. It's about feeling connected and understanding that both people can be true as well. Both people can feel hurt at the same time, but it doesn't mean that the other person's wrong and the other person's right. There is balance and nuance in a lot of the conflicts that we have in our relationship. And the truth is, a lot of the problems that we have don't have an actual solution. Sometimes the solution is just listening to each other. It's acknowledging each other's emotions and validating that this is just how we feel. And if we can't accept that and we constantly have to swing from one extreme to another, the more we'll feel that resentment build up. Because we are not feeling seen, heard, and understood, which is what, at its core, we are trying to seek. And number 4, we feel the need to project this perfect version of ourselves instead of just being authentic. This happens a lot in the beginning of a relationship where we try to show our partners our best selves, why they should be with us, and we don't want to show them the bad or the negative parts of ourselves. And so it's hard to be vulnerable and open up. But the truth is, in a healthy relationship, it's important to take that step to create a safe space so that both of you guys can speak vulnerably. Now, I will say for dismissive avoidance, it's hard for them to be vulnerable, and when there's too much vulnerability, they tend to shut down, feel trapped and stuck, and want to push away. And so creating that healthy space is really being able to balance both yours and your partner's emotions and give each other space to hear each other without judgment. And for some of y'all, that can feel very difficult, especially if you have a negative relationship with emotions and you feel like it's bad or good. And which is why we want to start neutralizing the way that we think about emotions and see them as feedback instead. Because not talking about emotions at all is not the solution here. It's finding a space to be connected and vulnerable and learn how to hear each other. And number 5, trying to get them to listen or comply by manipulation. And this includes all of the guilt tripping, all of the testing your partner, all of trying to gauge whether or not they care by being passive aggressive. And yes, in those moments, it might work where you be passive aggressive or you guilt trip them and they finally speak up or say something. But this only fuels toxicity in your relationship. And if you know me, I've made so many videos already on the unhealthy behaviors that create a toxic cycle. And so if you want to create a healthy relationship, it's important to be cognizant of the type of behaviors that we exhibit and the way that we show up in our relationships. And I will say it isn't your fault, especially if you grew up in an environment where you learned that these behaviors were normal. It's normal to be yelling and please. But if this is you, I will say I am proud of you for showing up, watching this video, because it tells me that you're the type of person that likes to be accountable and likes to grow and isn't going to settle for an unhealthy, toxic relationship. So with that said, if you're looking for more in-depth guidance and growth, you can book a one-on-one clarity call with me, link in the description below. It'll help you receive more clarity, understands what next 2 to 3 steps are great in terms of your growth journey. And if you have any other questions about your relationship, you can ask it in the call as well. But follow for more, comment down below if any of these behaviors resonated with you. I hope this helps, and I said that already. Subscribe, but I'll see you in the next video. As always, you got this.